Everyone, it's me, Julie O'Connell. I'm coming on here to do this live. I want to talk to you about bull baiting. Bull baiting is one of Scientology's training routines where they force people to sit in a chair and yell the most vile things to another person to make sure that they don't react to their surroundings. In the literal sense of bull baiting, it means to set loose dogs on a bull, which is very horrific. I don't appreciate the literal definition to it. In Scientology, they have training routines where bull baiting is necessary. It's a training exercise where a person provokes another person to test their improvement on the ability to remain calm and during stressful situations. Training routines are a series of exercises and drills that the Church of Scientology uses to indoctrinate their members. In some of the Scientology training routines, it's almost like they're in a different type of state. They're in a more suggestible state to be acknowledging the information. They use these training routines in a series of exercises and drills, and it's mainly used for their front groups in Scientology, and they have many front groups. They have Narcanon, Criminon, Wise, Applied Scholastics, The Way to Happiness, the Volunteer Ministers. There's many front groups for Scientology. TRs are described as a way to gain control over situations, and some of the former critics of Scientology, like Aaron Smith Levin and others, have stated that the training routines have a hypnotic state. This allows the subject to be more in a more suggestible state. It also can lead to hallucinations or exteriorization, which is their out-of-body experiences, because Scientologists believe you live lifetime after lifetime. And it's the truth. Scientology claims training routines in Scientology develop a better communication skills, the ability to control situations, and be more proficient in their life. Earlier indoctrination involves training routines that could be compared to like the acting programs where they act out certain situations. They also do like clay demonstrations. So students learn to duplicate actions and project intentions, experiment with vocal tones, and focus on being in their bodies without reacting to external stimuli. Criticisms of TR is that training routines contribute to age regression, increased suggestibility, making a person become more indoctrinated. Many Scientologists follow the bridge to total freedom. They are considered to go all the way up to OT8. And these are the operating thetan levels that you learn in Scientology on your way up the bridge of total freedom. In some training routines, they absolutely do clay demonstrations. These training routines are to keep them indoctrinated, to keep them so that they don't have critical thinking. The E-meter also helps with this suggestible state. Scientology does not want their members thinking for themselves. They have to do whatever is good for the group. And what is better for the group, that's what they go with. A lot of ex-Scientologists have stated that Scientology does have horrific abuses, and one of their horrific abuses is their bull baiting tactics, where they make a person literally sit in a chair for hours on end hearing the most vile stuff in order for them not to react to the outside world or to any stimuli. Scientology is an abusive control group. They are considered a high control group. They indoctrinate their members to thinking that their feelings are not real, that everyone out in the outside world is evil. We are not. We are only here to help them. We are only here to do what's right. TRs are the training routines within Scientology. And what I mean, training routines, it's like certain jobs have certain training routines where they do their training routines. They know what's expected of them. They know what they're supposed to do on a daily basis. This is why Scientology is bad too. They have a system where they do knowledge reports. It's a snitch culture. So if anyone is thinking about leaving, if you are under the radar, SPTV Foundation can help you. Please go to the sptvfoundation.org. Thank you. People need to be mindful that what Reese has been doing is similar to bull baiting. She has done a lot of bull baiting in order to get reactions out of Marilyn and Susie Oberholtz. Mrs. J, she's another one. She's a vile human being who has constantly attacked second gens and the ex-Scientologists trying to do the good work to shut down Scientology in the United States. We are very supportive of the ex-Scientologists speaking their truth, because most human beings do not know exactly what is going on within the Church of Scientology. There are many abuses. There's elder abuse. There's child abuse. There's a lack of reporting SA. There's also credit card fraud and RICO stuff that is happening within Scientology. Scientology is like an MLM, like a multi-listing marketing organization. They do this through the selling people services for the Bridge of Total Freedom. I call it the bridge to total bankruptcy, because you're basically spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to go up this bridge to nowhere. And even in some cases, this bridge to total freedom has cost people their lives. Look at Whitney Mills. Look at Lisa McPherson. Look at Kyle Brennan. Look at Liz Gale's own brother. We have to be very mindful of all these facts. People do not want to hear negativity all the time. We want to hear people talking about the incredible abuses within Scientology. Applied Scholastics, they're trying to get this in all the schools. It is a front group for Scientology. So if you hear of anything, say something. Show it to Natalie or show it to Aaron. Email them. They would happy to hear from you if you've seen something within your own local schools of these front groups trying to get people indoctrinated into Scientology. In Narcanon, they do not believe in medically induced rehabs. They do this on cold turkey. And as you know, with alcoholism, if you try to quit cold turkey, it could cause you to have seizures. It could cause you to go into a coma and die. It's very serious. alcoholism, you have to have a medically induced detox. There are many accidents that have happened at Narconon facilities. Ono Nora did a very great stream about Narconon and the abuses and the deaths that have occurred at Narconon. Narconon is a front group for Scientology. And once the people graduate from the Narconon program, most likely they end up becoming staff members for Narconon. So not only do they get indoctrinated in the training routines of Scientology, but they also do bull baiting, and they also do knowledge reports. And the new Narconon facility in South Africa, many of the staff members have not been paid. It's a proven fact. A lot of information has been coming out about South Africa and the abuses within Scientology. Scientology is a human trafficking cult. They traffic children from state to state, from country to country. This is what happened with Miriam Francis and her dad. Not only was she trafficked to another country, she was trafficked to England and was kept in the abusive situation while her mother was doing artwork for the Church of Scientology and L. Ron Hubbard. Before Mike Rinder passed, he could have explained everything. He could have helped people with their truths, and he refused to help Miriam Francis. He actually got nasty with her and basically called her fleas and dogs because Rabbit wanted to help her. This is not okay. I do not support people who are unkind, who are not caring, who don't give factual information. Scientology absolutely traffics humans and absolutely traffics children. The elderly are being abused right now. And once they aren't useful, they're sent off to facilities where they just languish and die. And their family members do not know. The only reason why Mike Brown knew his mother was not doing well is because she had a massive heart attack and the hospital called him. Scientology doesn't even believe in medication. They don't believe in it. If you have a headache, you're not allowed to take Tylenol or Advil or any of that type stuff. And bull baiting routines make you more into a susceptible state to be indoctrinated. They keep you indoctrinated with the e-meter too as well. The e-meter lowers your ability to have critical thinking. And what do I mean critical thinking? If we were in a life and death situation, you would be able to have critical thinking on a way to get out of the situation that you are in. Once you're indoctrinated in, you do not have that ability. And anyone who tries to leave, they're considered blown. And they do try to recover them. This is another abusive practice in Scientology. They try to get their members back. They did it with Marty Rathman. Marty Rathman was a critic of Scientology and was speaking out against Scientology, and they brought him back in. They targeted his wife. This is why these horrible, horrible training routines need to end. People need to be able to think for themselves and believe in themselves and believe what they are doing is right. A lot of genuine, good, decent people get trapped into Scientology because they think they're saving the planet. They are not saving the planet. Scientology, there is no benefit for it. And that's why a lot of countries have blocked Scientology from coming into their countries because it has no benefit. Scientology is a horrific human trafficking cult. The bull baiting is supposed to make them have a thicker spine, but at the same time, like, Scientology is a horrible, horrible human trafficking cult. In LA, where Jessica Palmadessa and William Good are out there every single day trying to stop Scientology, they have not been able to successfully recruit. They tried to successfully recruit at like flea markets, malls, and other places because they know that William Good and Jessica Palmadessa is outside of the test center in LA. We actually had a major victory in Clearwater, Florida. At the last minute, Scientology revoked their proposal to vacate Garden Avenue. I am really hopeful that Brooks Gibbs gets to at least Garden Avenue so it never falls into the Church of Scientology's hand. Scientology wanted more property. And it's about time that the citizens of Clearwater stood up for their rights because Scientology only encompasses 2% of the population in Clearwater. Scientology, David Miscavige, is a horrible leader. His ideal org program is failing. What do I mean about their ideal org program? It's a program where they buy up buildings so that they can have bigger and better buildings that sit empty. They can't even afford to pay some of their lighting bills at some of their orgs. This is a proven fact. It has been very well documented. If you go to several of the ideal orgs, they are very empty. There's nobody going in them. And even in some cases, in some parts of the world, they are shut down. Like in Seattle, their org is shut down. They pretty much have homeless people camped outside of it. And in Seattle, they have a huge homeless population. They also have a very addictive population that is homeless. And they have committed crimes, many crimes. And sadly, the police department in Seattle has their hand ties because they have lessened jail sentences for like minor crimes. Unless they are committing felonies, they are not locked up. They usually get out in a day and are set free. We need to be mindful that the Church of Scientology also targets these vulnerable populations that are homeless because they get room and board. And I'm so glad to hear that Joy Villa is out of the Church of Scientology. She's going to write a book. This is amazing. But Scientology absolutely needs to lose their tax-exempt status. I'm sorry, I got hiccups, so I am going to go run and get a soda. A sip of soda. Because hiccups are bad. I don't like them. I get them in first thing in the morning. We can all treat people with kindness. And that's what my channel is about. I'm here to help any ex-Scientologists try to leave. That is why I have donated thousands of dollars to the SPTV Foundation over the last 2 years. I appreciate the work that they are doing to create an environment where these people can leave or get the help that they need. The ganglion blocks have been working in military vets with their PTSD. People need to be mindful that sometimes you might even need to have multiple treatments with that. It's not always a guarantee that it's going to work, but I do support the research and the work that certain people have done. For me, I do not support any of the false narratives within the ex-Scientology community or any of the false narratives that have been happening in the economic groups. We can all have critical thinking for ourselves, unless you are in a high control group or somebody has pressured you. The reason why I talk about Scientology is because it reminds me of a similar situation I was in. I was in a high controlling relationship, a very abusive relationship in my early 20s. And I did things I necessarily would have done in my normal life within this relationship. It cost me my family for months. There was arguing amongst my family for months. Thank God I'm out of that abusive situation. Not only did he punch me, he sexually assaulted me. He killed my cat. We can all come together and treat each other with kindness. My page is for me to tell my story. And Jamie Dean Walton absolutely did these things that I am talking about. He was not a healthy human being. He was a drug addict himself. He was suffering the effects of cocaine addiction. So I really hope he has gotten off of that. But I do support my journey in life. And my journey in life has improved my well-being tremendously. Regardless. I mean, yes, I work in retail. And yes, that can be stressful. But it has really improved my way of life. Like, I know what it means to come from nothing and have nothing and to extend my knowledge to other people who are struggling right now. And those training routines make the people struggle even more. In Scientology, they are considered religious volunteers. That's why the Sea Org members only get paid $47 a week, if that. Sometimes they don't even get that. And when they are on the RPF, which is a rehabilitation project force, they might only get a quarter pay, which is $11.50 an hour, or $11.50 a week. And they're expected to buy all their toiletries with this money. And they buy their toiletries at the canteens, which is within the Scientology organization. And in Scientology, they mark up the prices for the Sea Org members. This is not okay. They have to wear deodorant that has no sense to them. The same with their laundry detergent, and it can have no scent to it. Same with the shampoo. The shampoo can't have any scent to it. They want people to be so far down on their luck when they're in Scientology that it's hard for them to leave. Just be there for your family members who are within Scientology, because if they ever wanted to leave, they need to know they have a soft place to land when they do get out of Scientology. Scientology is one of the most high control groups, and it's very hard to get off of their indoctrination. Many cult experts have said it takes 12 and a half years to get rid of all the cult thinking. This is why I don't like others targeting others within this community. It is very disrespectful to the people that have left Scientology and are speaking their truths, and what is true for them is true for them. Not everyone has the same similar situation, and I absolutely agree with Natalie. The forced abortions did happen, and they happened to many, many people. I am so glad that Joy Villa is out of Scientology. She is now speaking on her own channel. She's an ex-Scientologist who found Christianity and talks about her Christianity and how in ways that it helped her. We also have to treat each other with the respect that we deserve. And that means lifting each other up, supporting each other when we are down, creating an environment that is welcoming so that people can post their videos. This happens in the Facebook community too, because if you do not have a welcoming environment to post photos within the groups that you love, it is very difficult to create a welcoming group. This is why many administrators have been fighting the fake accounts within the Facebook groups for the ban Europe. I've also seen many fake accounts for like Kevin Costner, Johnny Depp, Brad Pitt, Joey McIntyre, Joey King. A lot of fake accounts are trying to join the groups. This is why they have administrators and moderators. And the moderators do their jobs for free. None of them get paid. They do it because it's their duty to help the chat on YouTube. This helps create a welcoming environment. I want this for my channel. This is my line in my sand. And I also want to talk about Scientology and all the abuses that it has created. For me, I wanted to talk to you about the training routines because they are the first start of the indoctrination. Doug Scott Kramer even talked about how his dad went into the org of Scientology and came back talking Scientology-ese. This is how him and his family got indoctrinated into the Church of Scientology. I am so glad I got to get to know Doug while he was alive and he was talking about Scientology. His channel is called Dazed But Not Confused. You can go and like and subscribe to his channel. It's still up and they still have the videos. This is how Marilyn Honig first opened up about her cult that she left, the Dora Hope cult. There are many cults out there. Jehovah's Witnesses is one of them. There's cults that have to deal with evangelistic Christianity. There's other cults out there that have to do with veganism. Look at the Zydian cult. The cult leader was finally caught, and they were involved in 6 murders. Cults in general are bad for our country, and we need to start having a little bit more respect for people who are leaving these high control groups and having a little bit more respect for them to share their stories, because I love learning new things. I mean, I watched a documentary on octopus, and octopuses are so intelligent. This is why I can never eat them. They are very intelligent creatures, and many of them only survive over like a little more than a year. And the female octopus give everything for them laying their eggs. It is so sad. I watched a documentary called My Octopus, My Teacher. Very well put together documentary on the life of an octopus. We need to start being mindful of everything that we do in life. I am very supportive of Horse Plus Humane Society because they are a full circle of life facility. They have gotten a lot of hate because they've had to euthanize a lot of animals, but this is what you do in a full circle of life shelter. If an animal is coming in critically ill or has a broken leg, Their suffering should end. Many of the horses they get in have kissing spine, which means that their vertebrae are rubbing against each other and causing pain. I've seen it where horses have disintegrated withers. I've seen big lick horses that can't even get up. So, wayward horse, you are disgusting. Your comments are vile. You have no right to be talking about Horse Plus Humane Society at all. You don't know them. You haven't gotten to know the people that work there. You just judge all on your own. And I'm calling you out there because you are disgusting. I do not support narratives like that. I treat every human being I have ever met with kindness, and that was not kind what you did. It's actually quite disturbing because Horse Plus Humane Society has gone to Washington. They have shown the stacks and chains. They've actually shown video of horses being sored. Actually have shown stuff to the senators because they want to get the PAST Act approved. And it's not just Horse Plus Humane Society. They have worked with many other organizations to try to get this passed. This is why I don't support false narratives that I see on YouTube or any other communities. I just don't agree with it. And I also don't agree with people targeting veterinarians and sending them hate for the jobs that they are doing. They are doing the best that they can for the animals. Many veterinarians and technicians have committed suicide because they are targeted. It is called bullying for a reason. And that's what I believe a lot of the people that are coming into some of the chats are doing. That's why I've reported Mrs. J's channel. I've reported several of the fake accounts, like the fake SPTV Foundation that is run by Pete Jensen and all those trolls that have come out of the Aftermath Foundation. It's the God's honest truth. They have come out of the Aftermath Foundation. And everyone knows that Mrs. J is a former mod of Apostate Alex, and he doesn't condone her activity of what she is doing online. If he did, he would have spoken out about it, but he has not. And yes, he does good work over there in the UK to try to get laws passed so that people are aware about Scientology. But what he has done to the community in the United States is not okay. This is why I talk about the TR routines, because the TR routines and the bull baiting is what exactly is going on right now. And people are being targeted because they support Aaron Smith Levin. Thank you and have a great day.